Bienvenidos de regreso. Welcome back to Nuestra Voz today. After disappearing decades ago, the House of Mexico now has a presence again at San Diego's Balboa Park.
The newly built casita behind us opened to the public in April as part of the park's historic international cottages. Today, we're taking a look at how the House of Mexico made its long-awaited comeback.
Bienvenidos a la Casa México.
I think it's so important to have a House of Mexico in Balboa Park because Balboa Park is the jewel of San Diego. The House of Mexico is a member of the House of Pacific Relations. The House of Pacific Relations is the umbrella organization. It's a nonprofit community organization in Balboa Park that really tries to advance the cooperation and goodwill among the different nations and cultures. House of Mexico was part of the original cottages, the international cottages, since 1935 here in Balboa Park. However, during World War II, the cottages were closed. And then after, when they reopened, for some reason, House of Mexico didn't have their own cottage anymore. The House of Mexico disappeared, and there were efforts to revive it, but we weren't successful until around 2004 when we became an associate member of the House of Pacific Relations.
Then we had to go through the fundraising mode, and that was very challenging because trying to raise $250,000, which is what we thought we needed back then. Of course, the cost of material and labor kept going up every year. 2009, in fact, which was really the actual start of the planning process, which basically meant that before you could even start construction or do the design, is you had to get permission from the city to amend the Balboa Park master plan to allow for the construction of additional cottages in this area. So in June of 2019, we finally started construction. And then we ran into all kinds of challenges because there were unforeseen conditions in the park.
The pandemic was definitely a huge challenge because we really needed to raise the money for that last construction phase. The Union-Tribune was great in running ads for us. There were people that actually said, yes, I saw your event in the Union-Tribune and that's why I came. And it's like, that's wonderful.
But finally, in August of last year, I can say that the buildings were finished. It's been quite an adventure, but I'm just so happy that the House of Mexico finally has a cottage that's long overdue in the park. The House of Mexico really is about Mexico, its people, its traditions, its heritage, its music, its cuisine.
When visitors come to the House of Mexico, they will see a window into our culture. And our plan is to have rotating exhibits so that we can highlight the different states of Mexico.
This particular quarter we're featuring, as you see around you, is the artwork from the Huicholes from Nayarit. We're featuring Nayarit. You know, not too many people know about Nayarit. And so we're hoping people really take an interest in Mexico. And we're hoping especially those kids that are Mexican descent to have a better understanding of their background, their roots.
We want Casa Mexico to be a step in the right direction, encourage people to visit not only Tijuana, but the many attractions that Mexico offers. We are good hosts, and we want to welcome you all into Mexico.
The House of Mexico looks beautiful. It's open every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. except on Christmas. Admission is free.
And mark your calendars, on June 5th from 12 to 4 p.m., the House of Mexico is holding a grand opening celebration complete with mariachi, ballet folklorico, food, and aguas frescas.